True transformation cannot happen without a renewal of the mind. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Mind over matter. If the pain of where you are never exceeds the pain of change, you will always remain the same. Through a renewal of the mind, and it takes a process. True transformation, mind over matter. Change your mind, you change your life. Change your life. You gotta go through it to grow through it. Mind over matter. Be clear.
Welcome back to the Mind Over Matter podcast. I am Coach Canion.
Yo, what's happening? Coach Lynch is in the building.
Hey everybody, it's Taylor.
Hey, y'all gonna have to get some more energy around here. Don't it sound like we the mortuary? I mean, listen to my, hey, this Coach Lynch. Yo, all right, so we're back for another Mind Over Matter podcast. Today, the name of the podcast is called Rise Up. Now, Rise Up comes from, this is Resurrection Sunday. Now, it's funny we're doing a podcast on Sunday. Right. Normally, we don't tell them the day we're doing a podcast, but because it is Resurrection Sunday, and we wanted to talk about something, because if you think about it, we're going to take this to a spiritual perspective, Coach. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's all spiritual when you get down and dirty with it, man. At the end of the day, it's all spiritual, man.
Okay.
The problem is everybody's separating. They separating it too much. See, people, everybody, there's too many people out here religious. That's the problem. And not enough people that's spiritual. All right, spiritual is the way you interact with the world and with the people. All right, so when you leave the pulpit, when you leave the parking lot, how you gonna act outside of that on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, or is you gonna be acting in the scripture then? So that's when you get down to spiritual, and religion and spiritual, man, it's two totally separate things. And if more people were spiritual, we would be rising up out of everything.
Rise up.
Rise up.
All right, Taylor. So what you think, Taylor? So tell me what you think. What's your take, Taylor? I mean, you was looking cute in your dress today at church. I saw you. All right. So what's your take? Rise up.
Rise up. Shoot, Christ died on the cross for us. He rose for us. He went through all of that for us. And so I think we're supposed to live our lives anyway already like Jesus, because we are, in a way. He is us. He's in us. We live through him. Okay.
All right, bet. All right, so what we're going to do today, y'all, we're going to talk about, along the way, and taking this from just a straight up spiritual perspective, let's use the Bible. We're going to talk biblically. You know, when Christ was being crucified and he had to carry his cross, they made him carry the cross. Now, let's do maybe some symbolism to people today. We all have to carry crosses in our life. Right. Everybody's got a cross to bear. It's something that weighs you down. It's something that stops you in your track. It's something that you're going to need some help sometime to get up. And Christ needed help to carry his cross when he fell down. So what we're going to talk about today is what happens when you have to rise up. And he rose on the third day. But I want to use this story. I was telling Coach Lynch and Taylor about my sister passed recently, and it was kind of tough for me. And we had to clean out her house, her estate, and I never forget, I've been going back and forth, back to my hometown in Atlanta, and every week I had to go back. I was faced with a different obstacle, a different challenge, whether it was the estate, whether it was the state, whether it was family members, whether it was, all kinds of stuff. But along the way, I learned a few things. It's kind of like, Coach, you said, when you were driving back, it's like when you're going to a destination, each exit has something different for you. When you get off, the gas is cheaper. You get this exit has this gas. This exit has something.
Well, I call it a stop.
Okay, stop.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I call it a stop. And each stop, is going to give you something different. Like you understand what I'm saying? Because we got different stops in life. Life's going to stop, and it's going to stop in sorrow. You know what I'm saying? Life is going to stop in heartbreak. Life is going to stop in enthusiasm sometimes, and sometimes going to stop in excitement. But, it's just that a lot of people don't appreciate them stops.
Yeah.
I know I don't want to get into them points too early, man. But go ahead, finish your joint.
No, you're right. So we got to realize that every stop,
Yeah,
there are lessons learned.
without question.
So in the resurrection or the rising up,
Right.
it has something to do with God has put us through all of this stuff, the good, the bad, the ugly,
Right.
because He wants us to learn something in the
Right.
process.
Because it's something we need to know to get to our ultimate goal. To get
Something
to the
we
end,
need to know.
To get to the end of the journey. It's something we need to know. Because he when all whole situation took place, he was showing us mad stuff.
Mad stuff. He was showing us, number one, just think about the things He was showing us, and I'm going to get into the points. He was showing us how to deal with adversity.
Right.
How do you handle adversity when everybody's spitting on you?
Right.
Everybody downing you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's deep.
Throwing stones at you.
Throwing
Believes
stones.
you're even the Son of God.
Nobody believes in you.
They don't believe who you are.
That right there. He showed us how when your own people turn on you.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, people that he healed from
Yeah.
sickness and people that he helped walk on water. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Then when they deny you.
Right.
I mean,
One of his disciples, right?
Right.
Judas
denied him.
Yeah.
Judas turned him in, betrayed him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Peter denied him.
Peter
was like, no. Think about it. If it's your man,
Right.
you tell him, man, you gonna deny me. Man, you gonna deny me before the cock crow 3 times.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
Yep.
Ain't gonna happen. Okay,
told me he was gonna rock with him through thick and thin.
thick and thin. I'm with you.
Jesus told him before 3 times the crow. He
Right.
said,
You're done.
yeah.
He said,
that ain't
it
right.
happened. So he showed us how to handle it. So the question today is, on this Resurrection Sunday, how do you rise up out of the things, the failure, the mistakes, the sorrow, the everything that you've been through? How do you rise up out of it?
Yeah.
That's deep, Taylor.
That's real deep.
That's deep. I mean,
That's deep.
what we want to do is we want to give people points on how they actually do that. So what we're gonna do is, Coach, I'm gonna let you start with number one. What you say was?
All right. I think number one should be like people should pay attention on how they respond to the stops in their life.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you could pay attention to how you responded, then you'll be able to get out of that spot where you stopped at or where you stuck at. I like to say they stuck in a rut, and like a lot of people fear stuff. You know what I'm saying? And fear stops them from taking action. Right? Fear is why we don't take action. So if like a lot of people are angry, like anger is why we stuck. Like you're stuck in one place because you're angry, because you can't let it go.
Right.
So if you
I've been there before.
Right?
I ain't gonna even lie.
Everybody
before,
has.
man.
And everybody has. But if you could pay attention to how you respond when you at these stops, then you can get out of the stop. Because one thing that you say all the time, Ken, is that we give these points, we give these talks, we give these seminars, and you always tell people that they got to be responsible. Mm-hmm. You tell them that they gotta be responsible. So like you was just saying, your man gonna betray you. All that different type of stuff. Like people don't understand that you be choosing people as friends.
Wow.
You let them people be that close to you.
Yeah.
So now you angry that this person betrayed you.
Yeah.
But if you just take some type of responsibility for the situation, then you can understand that now, you know what? Now I'm here to learn a lesson. So, if I was on point when son showed me that he really wasn't, down for me, because he gonna show you. You know what I'm saying? One way or another, the signs are gonna be there.
Yeah.
And I can't pay attention. So if I'm not paying attention, then I can't see when it's about to happen. Now it doesn't happen to me,
Right.
And now I'm angry.
Right.
I'm angry, and I need to pay attention to what's going on, because see, when you angry, you need to be grateful. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because gratitude is what's gonna get you unstuck. It's like the reset button. You understand what I'm saying? So
Right.
you can't be fearful and grateful at the same time.
Yeah.
right? You can't be angry and grateful at the same time.
Right.
So if you could be grateful, even in that position, like even in a position when you down, everybody would betrayed you, you know, all this, that, and third. If you can be grateful for being in this position right now, then you'll be able to understand that it's a lesson and a blessing.
Yeah.
That's
You
true.
understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly.
So let's talk about this for a minute.
Go.
He said, I always say you have to be responsible. Many times people are angry because they don't take responsibility and accountability for their current circumstances, for the mistakes, for the failures, or any of that. If we take responsibility and accountability, wouldn't our emotions change? Could we respond differently?
Yeah.
So that's what I was going to ask you.
Got you. I agree. As soon as you begin to look at your situation and actually see that you played a huge role in it, instead of just looking at it like, oh, they did this to me,
Right.
oh, they did that to me.
Without question.
But as soon as you take responsibility for it, it triggers something inside of you where like you're like, okay, wow, well, now I know how to find this in another person. So say if somebody betrayed you, now you know, okay, I saw all those signs before it even really happened, but I wasn't conscious of it. Now you know for a fact, like without a shadow of a doubt, you know what betrayal looks like because somebody's betrayed you.
Right.
Like, it's the same thing. You think it might change in person, whether they're older, they're younger, whether they're a man or a woman, whether they're black, whether they're white, but it's all the same.
Right.
It's the same little sequences, the same behavior you'll notice in anybody.
Right.
So once you're able to take responsibility, then you're able to sit back and really just understand like, oh man.
Yeah, you're able to assess the situation.
Yeah, like a whole lot better.
Yeah, because you stop.
You're
You actually stop pointing the finger. Because
Yeah.
every time you point the finger, you know, three point back at you.
Exactly.
So it's still letting you know that, yo, you got to hold yourself accountable to this, because if every time you do this right here, three of them joints pointing back at you, and at the end of the day, you responsible. And when you look at the word responsibility, it's just two words. It's the ability to respond. So you understand what I'm saying?
Good,
So
yeah.
when you take responsibility for something, then your ability to respond changes.
Yeah.
All right. So when you're looking at responsible, you talk about, okay, let's do this. Let's say this. In order for you to actually call yourself a woman or call yourself a man, you have to be responsible. Right? And now we're talking about your ability to respond. See, there's a lot of people that are of age. You're 23 years old, but you still act like a baby when somebody tells you that you're wrong. So your ability to respond is not as good as you think it is, so you're not responsible, right? So that means you're still immature.
Right.
All right, so you're not really an adult because you're 23, because it goes back to your ability to respond, which dictates your maturity. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so now, like if we're talking about men that are of age, let's just say they're 35 and they got kids, but they don't take care of their kids. They don't take care of their responsibilities, okay? So their ability to respond isn't that of a man because they don't handle their responsibilities. Does this make sense?
It makes
All right,
sense.
so now they're not acting like a man, they're acting like a boy who was able to reproduce.
Yeah.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay, now just
And
because
adolescents can reproduce.
And adolescents can
They can.
reproduce because look, people in my hood, they had kids at 13 years old. So I know people that had kids at 13 and 12 and 14 years old. So that didn't make them men and women. You understand what I'm saying? It just made them people that were able to reproduce.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. So go ahead.
No, that's powerful right there.
Yeah.
That's powerful right there. So let's sum up. Number one is pay attention to how you respond. Basically, and to finish that off, is how you respond to the things in life that either challenge you, things in life that cause you to have obstacles, whether it be failure, whether it be anything else. The first thing we got to do is pay attention to how we respond to those things, because each one of those things is something that God has allowed. He has allowed to teach you something.
Right.
To take you somewhere. Because here's the thing that people want people to get. Everything that you go through is necessary. You might not like it. It is necessary for the journey and the path that you're on and where you're ultimately going.
That's right.
It's necessary.
Yes.
When I went bankrupt, it was necessary for me to be in business later. All right? A lot of those things. When I was 420 pounds, it was necessary. I didn't like it. It's necessary. So number two, you touched on it, dude. Go ahead and get back into it. Number two is what? Resurrection, rise up.
Yeah, it's gratitude, man.
Gratitude.
It's gratitude because, like I said, gratitude is like a reset button. Yeah. You figure like when we go to church every Sunday, we give thanks, right? And when you give thanks, you take you out of it.
Yeah.
Right, and when you take you out of it, it's no longer about you anymore. It's about giving. It's about gratitude. It's about realigning your attitude with being thankful, right? And when you can do that, then basically you realign yourself with the divine. So every time we give thanks, like we had to give thanks today, like we go to church on Easter, we go to church on Thanksgiving, we go to church on Christmas, and that's for gratitude. That's to give thanks. Every Sunday is to give thanks, right? It's to give thanks, and that's to realign us every single week and put us in the healthiest of all human emotions, which is gratitude.
The attitude of gratitude.
Ooh, yeah.
So let's explain that deeply. I saw a special of a guy. You and I both, Lynch, remember there's a guy that Lynch sent us that he has no hands, right? He's everything. Eats with his feet, drives with his feet, but he is great. He has a job in NASCAR. Very good at his job. He's learned how to do everything in life with his feet.
Oh, yeah.
But he's grateful. So what happens is people look at our circumstance and they can't see how there is goodness in everything. God has made everything. There's a blessing. There's something good.
Yeah.
And now his life is a blessing to other people.
Oh yeah. I mean, I cried when I watched the video. Like I literally 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm watching this joint as I'm riding to the gym, watching YouTube and driving. I shouldn't be doing that, and I'm crying. So I gotta be a talented individual. I'm a super talented individual.
Lucky nobody's on the road. Nobody on the road.
Nah, that time, I can swerve 2-3 lanes out at the time. I'm good.
Right.
So anyway, it's just like it basically it takes me to a place of appreciation, man. And where there's appreciation, there will be duplication. Yeah. All right, because gratitude is a multiplier. Like I'm gonna say that again. Gratitude is a multiplier, man. You know what, man? I read a book before. It was called The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. You got The Secret, you got The Power, and you got The Magic. All right, these are all Rhonda Byrne.
I never read The Magic. I didn't read The Magic.
I read all of them, and magic is gratitude.
Okay.
Power is love, and what was the first one? The secret was, the law of attraction. The law of attraction. So all these things, they coincide with each other. But gratitude was a multiplier. And we had we had conscious living practices where every day you had to write down like 10 things you were grateful for like a month. So, like, at the end of the month, like, you got 300 things that you're grateful for. Like, you gotta think of, like, just look, think about this. Wow. Think about, at the end of my joint, like I'm on day 28, I'm thankful for toothpaste. Like, I'm running out of things to be thankful for. I'm like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's a multiplier, because now, like, you was overlooking toothpaste 27 days ago.
Yeah.
Wow. You understand what I'm saying? Like, day 28 now, I gotta be faithful over a few. Yeah. Like, I gotta keep rolling the bottom of the toothpaste. Up. Like, I'm rolling this joint. Like, even though I got bread, I'm still squeezing everything out of this toothpaste. Sometimes I'll be like, yo, boo, come on, we can get rid of this toothpaste now. We got like 3 more in the joint. Like, let's just go ahead with it. You know what I mean? But now it's like, okay, I put toothpaste on my paper yesterday, so I'm thankful for this toothpaste. Let me get every corner out of this joint. Because I remember one time we used to have to roll that joint up and push it with the coin, all that type of shit.
That joint in hand.
Yeah, and then open it up. Then we open it up with the razor or knife or whatever, and then scrape it out of there. Man, look, we had to take it back to them days, man. Wow. Gratitude, son.
And a lot of times, y'all, we sit here in America, and let's just keep it real. We have become so entitled to a lot of things. There are people in Syria who've been bombed with chemical weapons on them, whose babies are dying, man. Yeah. And they just want to find a place, they just want to live in a safe place. They ain't even thinking about, I'm going to get this new ride. I want these, I saw this new suit. I saw these new shoes. Yeah. They just want a place where they're not bombing their children.
Yeah, man, yeah.
You
know what, man? Speaking of that, man, like today was so powerful in church. They they had somebody come up there for the compassion program or whatever, and like today, me and Wendy, our family, we sponsored a kid from Africa. You know, we're going to donate money every month to sponsor this child, and it was just like, you know, like we've been granted grace.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we want to give, you know, the grace on to someone else. And you know what was so powerful about it? The kid that we picked, her name was Grace.
Wow.
Crazy, man. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So it was like, it's just like, you know, I didn't even hesitate when they was like, you know, anybody want to stand up and do this. I just stood right up.
Right.
Like, you know I've been granted grace, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just to pay it forward, you know what I mean? To be grateful for what I have and what I can do
Sure.
is you know, it's going to be, I know it's a multiplier, so I want to multiply this into somebody else's life because, you know, it's been paid forward to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's good stuff. God will get it to you if He can get it through you.
Oh God, dang! Whoa,
He'll get it to you.
Gave it to me right
That
there,
was real
boy.
good.
I mean, so what do
That
you
joint.
do? But think about it though. In the Bible, He used Paul because people wonder how God using. Sometimes I say, God, how can you use that fat kid like me to help people with health and wellness, losing weight? I'm serious.
Yeah.
Now this is a moment of transparency. I said, God, I battle this every day. How to use me? Why would you want to use me? And it came and God said, I use who I want to use. Mm-hmm. He said, because I'm sovereign, and if I can get it to you, I can get it through you.
That's good.
Wow.
It's not about me.
Yeah.
It's about the people
Yeah.
who He's going to help through me.
Yeah.
So everything we do, like this podcast, only reason this podcast going to be successful is because what he said, He can get it to us and through us, to us, and we'll get it to the people.
That's
Yeah.
good.
That's it. It ain't for us.
Yeah.
And as long as people think about it, that's why I'm so grateful now of the little things.
Yeah.
The little things. You said toothpaste. You think about it, you don't really appreciate things like toothpaste till you ain't got no more.
Yeah.
Till you can't buy it. You think about that.
Oh yeah, I
Till you
mean,
ain't got no more.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, I was out cooking on the grill a little while ago, and I was like, dang, like the way I'm cleaning this grill off and everything, and it's like maybe I think I've been neglecting this grill. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm thinking about everything. Now, you know what I'm saying? And
Pushing
I ain't
your
gonna be able to
mindset.
I ain't gonna be able to get a bigger grill or another grill until I, you know, take care of this one.
Yeah.
This one's straight. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like everything is just like more conscious now, like you said, Taylor, like you just being conscious of stuff, and you need that reset button. Like I said, that reset button is what it's all about, man. And people don't understand that. And this one is, I want you all to write this down. Grab your pen right now. The lack of gratitude is the biggest blessing blocker out there. All right? I'm telling you right now, is the biggest blessing blocker out there is the lack of gratitude. See, and when you're going through what you're going through, you got to be grateful.
Right. It's funny because one thing that I've learned through everything that I go through, like when I notice, not even when I notice, when I start crying, the first thing I do is it's like a good 10 seconds of just crying. But then after a good 10 seconds, I just go, just thank you, Jesus. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just in the midst of it. Like, tears are still coming, but just thank you, Jesus. And then it will turn from...
Sometimes you don't know what you're thanking for.
I don't even know. You have to. It's become a habit now because I know I'm crying right now, but as soon as I start saying thank you, Jesus, my mindset immediately goes from, wow, okay.
Right.
Forget that.
All right, so I'm gonna explain to you. I'm gonna explain to you. So moving forward from now, this will be totally different for you and whoever else is listening to this podcast. When you start crying, it's because you're thinking about your lack of or what you got. All right, and it ain't about what you get. It's about what you become. Mm-hmm. All right, so at that moment, when you start to feel those feelings and emotions and it makes you cry, you're actually becoming something right then and there. And your focus should now be able to shift to what am I becoming, God? Yeah. God, you're giving me some things and you put me in this spot, and it's not about what I get, it's not about what I got, it's about what am I becoming? All right, what am I becoming? I don't want to block this blessing, God. All right, by me sitting here crying, I'm going to cry for 2 more days and I'm going to block my blessing.
Right.
Well, I'm crying because you teaching me something and I'm becoming something right now. So this is what it's all about. And I hope they catch this. I hope that didn't go over their head, because some people sitting in something right now and they've been sitting in something for 30 days. Some people been sitting in something for 2 years.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, some people been sitting in it for far too long, when all you need to know is you're supposed to be becoming something out of this. You know what I mean? And you just stopped on the exit of sorrow, and you ain't get out the car and go into the store and buy the stuff that was going to get you healed, but you just stopped on the exit and you stayed there when you're supposed to be doing everything you're supposed to be doing in sorrow exit, in the exit of sorrow. You understand what I'm saying?
That's good.
Go ahead, Pastor.
Go ahead, kid. Jump on in.
That's good stuff. But you know what though? That was just so they know. That's point 3. I put a little spin on it. I just said you become the lesson.
Ooh, that's good.
You become the lesson.
That's good.
And so when you in the becoming, you have become. What people don't understand is they think it's always about the end. You know how sometimes you ever got something and it was kind of melodramatic after you got it.
Yeah.
It was like when I first got a Rolex watch.
Yeah.
When I first started my business, all I ever wanted was a Rolex watch, trying to impress other folk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and when I finally got it, so I'm like to myself, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Now what? I mean, it's like,
now what?
Now what? And,
Right.
and because it was a materialistic type of thing,
good.
I didn't become anything during the process.
Yeah, and
I
that's
just
good.
had something.
Oh, that's good. That's
I didn't
good.
become anything.
Right.
That's why I couldn't get any gratitude from it.
That's good.
No
Yeah.
fulfillment.
And that right there is I wrote about it in the book.
Yes.
Right? And everybody want to have something without doing and becoming. Like you gotta actually do it and become something in the process before you can actually have it.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? 'Cause, yo, I had one of them joints. I had the Oyster Date Just. I had the Perpetual Date Just. Look, I had a bezel on that joint. I think I was 19. I had a $3,000 bezel on a $7,000 watch at 19 years old.
Right.
It meant absolutely nothing because I didn't learn nothing while I got. So I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying. I mean, I had this emerald blue face on it, right? And the little Roman numerals was gold, right? But it was a stainless steel. Like you can see that.
I saw it was in the books.
Right now. Yeah,
I never had one of those.
I'm
I saw that one in the book.
I'm saying 19 though.
Nah,
you know what I'm
got
saying?
it.
Like I'm rocking this, like but it ain't nothing, man. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing compared to my my G-Shock.
Right.
My G-Shock mean the world to me, man.
You know why your G-Shock means the world to you?
Yeah.
Because you use that G-Shock to transform people's lives.
That's right.
The time on the G-Shock lets you know the time you putting in these people's lives.
Word.
That's why the G-Shock means something to you. And if you lose it, you'll be like, where's my watch?
Word.
Where's my watch?
Word.
Where's my watch? I remember I ended up giving the Rolex away.
Yeah.
Gave it away.
Oh, man.
Because it didn't mean anything.
That's what I'm talking about.
And what happens is, when we become something, when we become the lesson that God is trying to give us from the gratitude of being conscious about how we respond to the things that are happening to us.
He just ran down all 3 points, y'all. Oh,
So,
that boy nice.
that was kind of nice.
He said when we become something for the gratitude and the economy of
because that's what happens.
Ooh.
And once you become the lesson that God tried to teach you from the beginning,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you can take that lesson and you can spread it to the world. Because at the end of the day, what God wants us to do is He wants to take everything. The light is for everybody. The light is for those who want to take it.
That's good.
He's just using you in your element and Taylor and other element. And we brought our lights together to spread the light to the world. So you know what God say? I'm going to expand y'all territory because you're bringing the light to the people. All these other podcasts out here, I don't know what they're talking about. Some of them doing good stuff, some of them not. But because we have decided to take our light, combine it, and spread it to the world, and become the lessons that we've learned, so that others can become the lesson that they'll learn along the way.
Yeah.
That's good.
Sounds like you wrapped it up, buddy.
Yeah.
That's
We
good.
might as well
Really
we might as well put the clothes on that joint. We might as well put the clothes on that one.
Perfect.
Hey, Taylor, you want to go any last comments? Because they always like, let me get this camera on you. 'Cause you looking mighty.
One thing, I just want one last thing. Just know that God understands. You know, just know that he understands. Everything that he does is working for our good. So in order for that to even happen, like when he put his son on the cross, that was for our good. So all the oppression that he went through, all the affliction, do you think we weren't going to go through that too?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, who are we not to still go through it? Yes, we're not going to die on a cross. Like, thank God that Jesus did that for our sins. But we still going to have to go through stuff. Like, it's not going to stop. So we just have to know that he understands.
The Bible says many of the afflictions of the righteous and the unrighteous.
Yes.
That
Exactly.
means everybody.
Exactly.
That means everybody. I don't care. We all are filthy rags.
Exactly.
We all are filthy rags.
We're all dirty.
So go ahead, give him something on the end this, man. You done gave some powerful stuff.
Y'all want me to re-preach this over?
No, you don't really have to re-preach it.
Hey, y'all done did it, man. This
You
been
done
right.
Hey, you done gave so much powerful stuff, man. You don't even have to re-preach it. But
All right, man, look, real quick, man. Gratitude is the reset button. All right, don't forget that. We had the Nintendos and stuff like that back in the day, and you want to hit reset, you start the game over. Look, gratitude is the reset button. Because you can't be fearful and grateful at the same time, all right? When you're grateful, it's no longer about you. It's about giving thanks. And when you give thanks, you disappear, all right? And when you disappear, you reconnect to the divine.
That's good.
Straight up.
Straight up.
Straight like that. And the other one I told him to write down that gratitude is the lack of gratitude is the biggest blessing blocker.
Blessing blocker.
The lack of gratitude.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I totally believe that, man.
Yeah.
I believe that. All right.
Yeah.
So all I can just say is I want to leave him with just one thing, and that is give that which you desire.
Whew.
Give that which you
That's
desire.
good. That's real good.
If you want to be wealthy, give
that's real
something
good.
wealthy. Okay, you want to be smart? Give knowledge. Help other people be smart. And at the end of the day, that which you want will come to you. All right? And that's how you rise up.
Rise up,
Rise
y'all.
up.
Rise up.
All right?
It's
Give
mind
that
over
last-
matter,
mind
man.
over matter.
Mind over
Give
matter.
that last one.
Hey, if you don't mind, then rising up won't matter. We'll see y'all on the next one, man. Yo, my remixes be the bomb.
Mind over matter. Change your mind, you change your life. Change your life. You gotta go through it to grow through it. Mind over matter. Be clear.